Tell him what he's won, Johnny. What have we won? Good afternoon, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the mailman on my lunchtime chat. Waiting for people to get in here. Looking forward to talking some whatever. NFL Draft, Super Bowl, Reese's Senior Bowl. Yeah, Senior Bowl. Chug, chug, chug. Primetime Phil, what's going on? How you doing, partner? How are you? What's that? Isaac Ramirez, what's going on? How are you? I'm layered up, Phil. I got a big ass coat, a zippy, Dallas zippy, then a t-shirt. I'm layered the hell up, bro. It's like we're in Detroit with this wind. I don't mind getting blown and all, but this is ridiculous. Pause. Cowboys Nation 600, what up? How are you? Clemente Espinoza, what's that? It's been extremely long time since we got to actually chat. Yeah, we need to do something. Definitely need to do something. We need to start setting up some draft stuff. Ronnie, what's up, brother? Jimbo, getting ready for the big Super Bowl. Do you think Dallas will be players in free agency? Dominic De Niro. We could talk about that. We're hearing that they are, but we don't. Again, we've never asked for like top shelf free agents. But if you have a need, you're going to pay more in free agency than you would regular. But maybe you don't bring back certain guys on your own roster. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. I would say yes, we're going to make some moves. Don't get too carried away, though. Dwayne Sweetney, what up, man? How are you? Thanks for supporting, brother. Rolo, what's going on? Did you guys watch my, well, I know I saw Dwayne in there. Go check out my latest Schottenheimer video because what I'll tell you is I can't use anything ESPN. Listen, hell for review. Bye-bye, bitch. White boy Rick is gone. He gone for good. Later, brah. Punk bitch. What's up, Wade? Thanks, Jimbo. What I was telling you is, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. ESPN. You would think that ESPN would like the fact that we use the clips here and there. That brings eyes back to ESPN. ESPN is a failing company, yet they're gonna copyright it and nickel and dime our ass. So you didn't get to see something from the Speak because the Speak thinks they're all that, and we can't use any of their content. So they could kick rocks. So I had to cut it out of the premiere. It was about a 3.5 minutes. That's all, maybe 4 minutes, but it's not the point. Whereas 1053, DallasCowboys.com, they welcome you to use their content. So, I saw it earlier. I'm with Shoddy. Can't be worse than what we had. Just hoping we make some good moves. That's what it's about. It's not about Brian Schottenheimer. Your mom is a very good listener. Oh, God. Nice. She's passed away, but thanks to you guys need to be faster on the uptake. That's what that wrench is for, guys. If you got somebody like that, get them out of there. Bunch of idiots, man. That's what happens when I don't know. Come on, mods. You got to be on that. You got to light them up right away. But they're gone. You'll never see them again. What's up, Chris Dooley? How you doing, man? You recovered yet or what? Somehow we got the win in spite of Jones' family. I know, Wade. I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. But if I were you, Wade, I think Brian Schottenheimer is not bad. But again, we got good news. They just re-signed Will McClay. He's not going anywhere. Do you think we'll get the offensive line coach from Arizona? I like him, Phil. That's one thing we got to talk about. Assuming we're doing a show Saturday night, let me know now, please. Yeah, okay. You don't know what's going on tonight, let alone Saturday night. But yeah, that's definitely something we need to talk about. I would really like him. I love a lot of the coaches that they brought in, people. Sorensen, I don't know much about, but it's special teams. Yes, I hear you, Chris Dooley, but just look at it. Look at the bright side. You went to the NFC Championship game and you got $86 million under the cap. All right, and make sure you should really consider being a channel member. I got some stuff in store for the Super Bowl. Vinny Hagen, what's up, brother? Where were you earlier? You were out and about, weren't you? So who could jump us for Genti? Is coming. I think Chicago is the most likely team at 10 to take them. I still got my 6-40 Wizards. Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Definitely hear you, Chris. But yeah, we brought back Will McClay on a multi-year deal. They don't ever. Okay, cool. Thanks, Phil. I appreciate the heads up. Hey, all right, Phil. Maybe I could talk to. Maybe if you're available. I just found out I'm going to work a half day Saturday. So maybe if you're available, you can hop on with me on the Senior Bowl. If not, no big deal. No big deal. But if not, I'll probably still allow the channel members to get in on it. But, it's at 2:30. So I'm thinking about, I'm going to do a live stream and watch the Senior Bowl. I'll work to about 1:30 and go home by 1:45. And then Sorensen was the special teams for the 49ers until they thought a lot about him and moved him to defensive coordinator position. Yeah, very interesting hire. I don't know much about it, but let's be honest. I'm okay. I like Bones, but I thought he was way too over-aggressive at times. And it's kind of limited now. It really is kind of limited what you could do. No, you're good, prime time. I think I got that right. Phil, I meant howdy. Phil says hi. Arturo, what's going on, brother? Phil, I meant howdy. 50 people watching, 7 likes. Hit the like button, everybody. Yeah, 54. Thank you. These vertical streams do a lot better. That's why I was watching Rising Rhino. If you get a lot more views by setting it up vertical. Phil, have you ever heard anything about that? I don't know how. I guess you could do it on OBS. I don't know. Live streams, if you just to let you know, like if we do a live and we set it up as vertical, it don't look as good, but something with the algorithm and YouTube throws it out there a lot more. If you notice, these lives have been really hot. Yeah. Well, we'll see. But that's what. Hey, Oscar, how are you? My mother was Italian, Oscar. She was Italian at work, and this Bills fan showed me an article. 7 ref is suspended after a game. Dano 896. Horribly officiated game. If you saw my live stream yesterday, I think I lose track. I do so many, but those 2 calls against Josh Allen were egregious. They were bad. They were first downs, both of them. It wasn't even that hard to. It was like shocking how bad it was. So, Dano, I think that you have every right to be upset. Every right. Bills got robbed. Dwayne Sweetney, again, I thought the refs were kind of the Eagles, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the Super Bowl. If I'm an Eagles fan, you don't want it to be a close game. You do not, for obvious reasons. So that's where we're at. But yeah, we got the Reese's Senior Bowl. We could talk about a lot of the prospects. That comes on 2:30 Eastern. I'll probably go live around 2 on Saturday. So, I've been really trying to as much as possible. I know when I go home tonight, I may go to the gym after work, maybe. And if I do that, then I'll probably look at some players tonight. Yeah, Chicago for Genti because Johnson wants to what he had in Detroit. Well, Oscar, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I know. I know they could go to the Raiders, but the Raiders are going to get a good running back. You don't need to go Genti, but maybe they will. I mean, like if Tom Brady is running it and he goes with the philosophy of New England, they won't go Genti. So $100 billion in problems with refs. Vinny, what did I say a year and a half ago? If you were, I believe you were around here or just starting out. Yeah, Arturo, it's easier now. When I'm walking in the snow, it's almost impossible to go to the gym, bro. Been watching the Senior Bowl practice, some decent D lineman depth coming in. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it'll be good to see these guys. I know Mike Green. I've mocked the Eagles a couple times. A good guy. I like defensive ends. It was funny. There was a defensive lineman. They interviewed him. It's not somebody that we've really been looking at. And he said one of the toughest players he played with in college was Mozzie Smith. And I'm just laughing. But Mozzie was he was a great college player. So it just goes to show you. Randy McIntyre, you'll join me on Saturday, hopefully. I am going to be streaming the Senior Bowl. I'm going to leave work early. So we'll be able to look at some of the players. Savion Williams. We'll be able to look at the Iowa State wide receiver. Who was it? Higgins? Does that make sense? All right, cool, Randy. Yeah, it'll be fun looking at the. Your stuff went out yesterday. I think yesterday. Yeah, Tuesday. So you should get it. You should get it maybe tomorrow, depending on where you're at. Deion Walker's a beast, Vinny. 6'8" he measured, or 6'7.5". So yeah, I do. I'm looking forward to it. Now, listen, like you Eagle fans, you Chiefs fans, congratulations. One of you are going to be upset. One of those teams are going to be upset. And then everybody turns the page to the draft. The advantage that the Cowboys have is that every round we're at the top of the round, basically. I mean, as top as you can get for us is pick number 12. That's a big deal. So that second round pick is a true second round pick. When you're at the end of the draft, like 26 and 28, you got to draft a player a round earlier just to make sure you get a guy that you like. You know what I mean? If a guy is his second round talent and you're picking 31st, like the Eagles are going to be, probably 32nd in my opinion, then you better draft him a round ahead. Khalil Mack would make sense. And that's all stuff we could talk about. I'd have to dig into his numbers, Phil, but on Saturday, on Primetime Phil, a Saturday night, that there's a few of those guys. Now, I'm hearing some rumblings, and we could discuss it all. I'll do my homework about D-Law coming back. So I don't know what everybody thinks of that. Again, I just want people. I'm really surprised that guys like Broaders are saying that we have no money under the cap. They know what's coming. Unless this is the only thing I'll say. If Dallas doesn't hit those levers in Dak's contract and CD's contract on the first day of the league year, then they're not trying to win because they could those levers are specifically you put in those contracts to create a cap room. Right now, what are they, like 23 under? Those two levers will bring you over 90 million under for next year. You re-sign Micah, you gain at least 10 million on the cap. You re-sign Tyler Smith, you gain. We're talking next year. I understand years after, but it's up to management to space out the contracts in such a way they're not all ending and hitting on the same year towards the back end of those deals. So, again, is how I want to draft Clemente? Yeah, it is possible. If a stud is there, I don't want to have to reach. Our best drafts are when we go into free agency, fill some holes, Not like they've done the last 2 years where they draft for need and then fill in after. That's not good. Randy McIntyre says, hey, prime time, Mac does make sense. He's driving, Randy, so I'll read it out loud. Danny, score prediction Super Bowl. A little early, Danny. A little early. Stay tuned, bro. Stay here with the channel. Make sure you subscribe. And we will do a show. I know me and Prime Time, we do a show on his channel every Saturday night. We will definitely hit that next week. We're going to let it marinate. We're going to see. We got Meaty Day coming up next week. But just to let you know, Danny, as I sit here today, I'm taking the Eagles plus 1.5. I really like the young coaches. Younger Randy, that's why I don't. Again, I understand what we wanted, Randy. I do. I'm not gonna sit here and reshape the argument. Oh, I love Brian Schottenheimer, but when you dig into Brian Schottenheimer, and if you watch my video from earlier, everybody thinks that Nick Sirianni is this great motivator. Well, he has way more experience. We need players. We'll be fine. Even Vikings went 2 free agent linebackers, both 12 sack players. They don't flip them switches and sign free agents, build this team in free agency. Yeah, I agree with that, Wade. That's why we'll be here to. If they don't flip them switches, then it's all BS, people. They're lying to us. But then, Wade, what I don't understand is why would you sign Dak? Just let him go if you don't want to win. That's the easiest way not to win. Because you can say whatever you want about Dak. Regular season, he does well. Playoffs? Playoffs. Best player available. Yes, exactly, Jimbo. You got it. Chicago Bears have a lot of free agents with new coach, and some defensive players may want to come to Dallas with Flus. Again, Flus has a really good reputation for being a hard defensive coordinator to scheme against or game plan against. Flus will have a 4-man front. He will. But he will do multiple from time to time. It's hard to get a gauge on where the pressure's coming. He don't blitz normally, but we'll see. The Cowboys are interested in adding Jets D-line coach Aaron Whitecotton to Brian Chalmers' staff. There you go, Rolo. Randy, thank you. Reading it out loud helped. Yeah, prime time. You know me. I try and get to everybody's, especially on here. That's why it leaks into our broadcast when he has all the bells and whistles that he hasn't had. He don't want to show me yet. I'm playing with you, Phil. I don't know how to get the chat up on there. Like, just click a button. I actually like reading them, but be honest, Phil, the more people you get in here, it's almost impossible. The other day, I had over almost 100 people in here. It was over 100 people in here, and I think I got to most of them, but I just can't get to them. I can't. Hey, Game Time, you think we're going to retain our line coaches? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not positive. Pat McAfee clowned of Jags coach Duval. Huh? What's that, Clemente? OL, Jags coach. Huh. Can we hit the like button for my guy? We got 13 likes in here. There's 40 people in here. Come on now. Holla at your boy. Holla. Thank you. I got a couple. Holla. So, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see, everybody. We shall see. I have plastic cups. It's an extra. Well, did you get to eat? I had a salad. For lunch. I did have a salad, bro. Nice. It was a nice salad with little raspberry balsamic It was actually pretty tasty. I hammered that salad. Nolan, defensive end, looked good yesterday at Senior Bowl. Roll all that bet over. Bobby, I haven't done it yet, but that's where I'm leaning. The more I hear, the more doubt that it creeps in my head. My son's telling me to bet like 300 on the Eagles, and then 100 on the MVP and 100 on something else. I was like, yeah, let me just roll it all over. What's up, Flip Shelton? How are you, brother? What's going on, man? How's life? Everything all right? So, what injuries stand out for the Super Bowl? Clemente, I don't know. I'm hearing the Eagles may get Brandon Graham back. That would be a great emotional lift. Abdul Carter wearing Eagles gear. You ain't getting Abdul Carter. He might be the first overall pick. You can wear gear all he wants right now. This is the end. This is the last you'll see him wearing Eagle gear, bro. He's an Eagle fan. He goes to Penn State. If he gets drafted by Dallas, him and Micah will be saying, F them birds. Drew, if you watch this, Drew, your hoodies came in today, so I'll get them done tonight and out in the mail tomorrow. I hear you, Flip. Who's going to listen to us, right? That's how it rolls. Who's going to listen? Who going to listen to us? You might see me on later tonight with a live stream, a little late night mock draft. If so, I'll put the link out in the community tab. We'll see. We'll see. Would you trade up for Abdul? No, I'm not trading up. I can't afford to trade up. Here's the deal, Bobby. If he somehow drops to like 8, then I'm picking up the phone call. If he drops to like 7 or 8, I'm picking up the phone. He's really good, Bobby. All this slander that you hear, these people don't know what they're talking about. They're looking at one game and going, "Oh, well, he did this, he did that." No, he's really good. He's really good. Yes, Oscar. That's what I said. He's looking at it now, just hearing how they're working with how Tennessee's working with Will Levis. Look for Tennessee to trade that top pick. I would. I'd keep Bo Callahan, right? Because I'm not huge on any of these upper quarterbacks. And then I may take a quarterback with the first pick in the second round. Right, Randy? Go with whoever. That's what I would do if I'm Tennessee. I'd trade down, rack up the picks, and then get a quarterback at the top of the second. Booker really knows around routes and how to get open. He's good. A lot of teams need QB. Bobby, that's the smart way to do business, man. The smart way to do business is to trade the pick. Shador Sanders and Cam Ward, they're not. You want a quarterback? Next year's a great draft for a quarterback. Next year is the draft you want to get a quarterback. Raiders want first pick. They need to trade down. Yeah, Randy, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's saying Agenti. I don't think so. I don't even think that Titans would take Genti. They would take a defensive player, in my opinion, a stud defensive player, or maybe a wide receiver. I don't see them taking Genti if they trade it down. I don't see the Raiders. I think the Raiders are trying to get up and get a quarterback. Yeah, I don't know. Raiders, yeah. I mean, why all the hype for Carter if he undersized like Micah? Will Micah stand up to the? He's just a great playmaker, Clemente. He's not coming to Dallas, but I'm just saying you want to get playmakers on your team. I know what you're saying, but you could play him in. I think, yeah, that's where I think he goes. But we don't know that they want him. But if I'm handicapping it, he goes 10. But maybe Ben Johnson's looking at the depth, and he wants to go in another position. Maybe Ben Johnson. You got to remember Randy McIntyre. Chicago is going to be looking at maybe the first offensive line there, like a high offensive line. Look what they had with Detroit. What did they focus on? Multiple first round offensive linemen. Don't don't think they won't take an offensive lineman. Again, and then go and get your running backs. You trade back into the first. There's plenty of running backs. I mean, they could sit there at the top of the second and get the Caleb Johnson or maybe North Carolina, Omarion Hampton. Randy Johnson, what to put him with Swift. Randy Johnson wants to put him with Swift. Oscar, maybe not him, though. Maybe not him. Maybe they want a Caleb Johnson. Everybody's assuming. I'm telling you, plug in. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. What backup is Dallas keeping? We got a long time for that, Bobby. Not real sure yet, I think they're going to bring back Osa. I think they're going to bring back Jordan Lewis. They have a couple restricted guys, but outside of that, I don't know how many that they're going to keep. Mr. Glock, what's going on? Not this year, they're not, Mr. Glock. Long time no see, Mr. Glock. Maybe after this year, if it doesn't go well, then they can move on. They can't move on now. $92 million hit. We need to beef up the D-line, get some... I hear you, Clemente. What's up, David Bylear? High voltage. Parsons for Bosa trade. Which one? Which Bosa? Nick or Joey? I ain't sending them to the Niners. I don't know. That's a good one. They're both hurt, though. Arturo, what's up, brother? 2 years left, Dak be gone. Oscar, I just hope we draft a QB this year. Like if we trade down, even if we traded down in the second round. But I'm gonna do a mock maybe tonight where we don't trade at all, except we trade some of our fifth round picks to move up into the fourth and see what I could get. Wild Boy Trey, Egbuka or Luther Burden in the first, and one of them Ohio State running backs. Yeah, listen, Wild Boy Trey, that would not be a bad way to go about it. Joey, Bosa. I would say no with Joey Bosa. We're not trading him to. Joey's with. Is Joey with the Niners? I get him confused. Or is Joey with the Chargers? I'll do it for the guy with the Chargers. What's good, Troy Hagan? Jackson, our backup. Well, again, he's one of a few guys I like. And we're going to be able to see Jackson Dart up close and personal on Saturday, Randy. That's going to be fun. Dude, I like Jackson Dart, and I like the receiver out of Ole Miss. Joey with the Chargers. Yeah, then Oscar, that's something to investigate. I would... how old is Joey Bosa? How about Micah to the Raiders for Max Crosby? Redo the deal to free up some cap? I'm sorry. Let me know what you think. But all right, everybody, that's it for me. My half hour has gone. Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's getting dark out. All right, I'll talk to everybody later. Hope everybody has a good evening. I'm going to try and do something later. Might try and do a live stream. Maybe. What's today? Wednesday? Hump Day. Late night live. Check me out. Late.